Hey guys, today on People Now, a Valentine's Day engagement for Katy Perry and Orlando Bloom.
Empire's network Fox releases a statement about Jussie Smollett after conflicting reports emerged surrounding the actor's attack.
An unbelievable story. A man attacked by a mountain lion describes his horrifying experience.
Let me hear you say, please.
Cardi B and Bruno Mars drop a new steamy track. Plus, how did Cardi get pampered on Valentine's Day?
And country star Trisha Yearwood crossing genres with some hot new music. We'll hear all about that and life with Garth.
It's live today on People Now.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to People Now. We hope you all.
Friday.
Yeah, happy Friday.
Yeah.
And hope you had a great Valentine's Day. Maybe not as good as this couple, one celeb couple who kind of blew it all out. Katy Perry and Orlando Bloom. They got engaged on Valentine's Day, everybody. How are we feeling about this?
Very exciting.
Yep.
We love, right? Katy shared the happy news on Instagram on Friday, posting a close-up shot of her very unique flower-shaped ring, which features a colorful pink jewel in the center. Katy simply captioned the photo, get this, full bloom.
You like a good pun. When I saw it, I'll be honest, I couldn't tell that was the right finger. It's confusing because you don't see your whole hand. Anyway, whatever. In a now deleted, that one makes clear there. The other one. In a now deleted Facebook post, Katy's mom, Mary Hudson, shared a few photos from Katy and Orlando's engagement party. She captioned one of them, "Look who got engaged on Valentine's Day."
It's a great day to get engaged. Bloom seemed to tease the big day by sharing a sweet quote about love on his Instagram page, saying, "Love is not two people gazing at each other, but two people looking ahead together in the same direction."
Ooh, I like that.
Wow.
Just under a month before the happy news broke, Katy celebrated Orlando's 42nd birthday by sharing a loving post wishing a happy birthday to the, quote, kindest and cutest man I've had the pleasure of spending time with.
You know what? He is really cute. You know, I'll give that to him. Katy was previously married to Russell Brand, and Orlando to Miranda Kerr, with whom he shares a son, Flynn. Katy and Orlando's love story dates back to January of 2016 when they were spotted together at a Golden Globes after party. By February of that year, they were already introducing one another to their friends as well as Orlando's son.
Yeah, so Katy and Orlando have had some bumps along the way. In February 2017, after a year of dating, their reps confirmed to People that the two had broken up. But then in August 2017, they were spotted together at an Ed Sheeran concert in LA. And in January 2018, rumors of a reconciliation sparked when they celebrated the New Year together in the Maldives.
Yeah, now in April of 2018, they visited the Vatican to meet the Pope, and People confirmed they were exclusively dating again. You know what? Our congratulations to the happy couple. I think they're meant for each other.
Traveled the world, met the Pope. What do they do to top it?
I don't know. I'm very happy for them. All right,
Yeah,
well,
exciting for them.
Katy's unique ring had us wondering what your favorite engagement ring shape is. This is a hot debate. So you've got round, princess, oval, don't forget pear shape. Those are the ones in our poll, right? So vote for your favorite engagement ring shape in our People poll, or just tweet us your answer with the hashtag People Now. Maybe tweet some pictures of your ring.
I like that. I like the round.
Yeah.
We'll check in on your answers a little bit, but for now, we move on to this. Fox is denying that Jussie Smollett was going to be written off of Empire after reports by Chicago-based news outlets alleged that he staged his January attack in order to keep his job on the series. 20th Century Fox released a statement calling the reports of his firing, quote, patently ridiculous, adding that he remains a core player on the show and that the company continues to stand behind him. A rep for Smollett has yet to respond to People's request for comment. Now, Fox's denial comes shortly after Chicago's ABC affiliate reported that two persons of interest allegedly conspired with Smollett to stage the attack, which reportedly left him with a bruised rib. The Chicago Police Department has clarified that at this time, it's unconfirmed that the incident was at all staged. In his first interview after the alleged attack, Smollett spoke with Good Morning America's Robin Roberts about how he's angry that people don't believe him because, as he puts it, it's the truth. Smollett alleges that he was attacked in an apparent hate crime at around 2 a.m. by two unknown assailants who allegedly approached him, yelled racial and homophobic slurs, battered him, and left him with a rope around his neck. Smollett told Robin Roberts, quote, I understand how difficult it will be to find them, but we've got to. I still want to believe that everything that happened, that there's something called justice. We'll keep you posted on that on people.com. Now watch this.
I ended up hearing some pine needles rustle, like a stick break, and I turned around and just was pretty bummed out to see a mountain lion chasing after me.
This is a wild story, guys. That was Travis Kaufman speaking publicly for the first time about his near-death experience when he was attacked by a mountain lion while he was out running a trail in the mountains west of Fort Collins, Colorado. Now, while the February 4th incident left him with 28 stitches, he now also has a reputation of being a bit of a tough guy and pretty brave, along with a great story to tell, and that's because he survived. But not only that, he actually killed the mountain lion. Watch.
I stopped and I threw my hands up in the air and I started shouting, and unfortunately the shouts didn't deter it, so it just kind of kept running and lunged at me. It was going toward my face, so I threw up my hands to kind of block my face, at which point it grabbed onto my hand and wrist, and from there it started to claw at my face and neck, and that's when kind of my fear response turned into more of a fight response. I tried to throw it off me at that point, and then we took a little tumble down the south side of the trail, and down there just kind of had a little wrestling match, at which point I was able to get on top of it, pin its back legs so I didn't get any soft tissue scratched out in my nether regions, and I was able to kind of shift my weight and get a foot on its neck. And at that point, I stepped on its neck with my right foot, and I'd say another couple of minutes later, it finally stopped moving, and then jaws opened, and I was able to kind of scramble back up the hill and get the heck out of Dodge.
Oh my gosh.
Jumped out a mountain lion. I mean, he'll tell that story the rest of his life at every single party.
That is crazy to imagine being in that situation and actually, wow.
Unbelievable. Colorado Parks and Wildlife officers later retrieved the dead mountain lion, and they said their investigation confirms Kaufman's account. Unbelievable. Glad he made it. I mean, it's sad the lion died, but glad he made it out.
Yeah.
You have more for us in Star Trek.
Yeah, I don't know if I can top that story, but we'll try. All right, we're kicking off Star Trek today with a very Cardi Valentine's Day. Take a look at this.
Let me hear you say, please.
That's Please Me, the new track released Thursday as a Valentine's gift from Cardi B and Bruno Mars. The song has already been played over 1.5 million times on YouTube. But that isn't the only thing that Cardi was up to yesterday after a very brief hiatus from Instagram. Remember that? Following some hate stemming from her Best Rap album Grammys win, the Bronx rapper came back, giving the world an inside look at her Valentine's Day celebration. The 26-year-old documented a day of pampering and self-care with her husband Offset. And according to her Instagram stories, the day included a gift basket of assorted lotions and a romantically decorated hotel suite. Throughout the room, you could see flower petals spelling out I love Cardi, long stem roses on the bed, and an extravagantly decorated bathtub. For dinner, the couple ordered some room service. Of course, only the best for Cardi. Gotta have some lobster and steak. That looks really good. After dinner, Cardi showed off an immense amount of bling, sitting gleefully as Offset took some video of her diamond earrings, bracelets, and necklaces. The story also included her massive 8-carat diamond engagement ring, which she's clearly happily wearing again after they briefly called it quits back in December. And for Cardi and Offset, Valentine's Day would not be complete without hitting the strip club, throwing some money, getting a little crazy. Hey, the couple that makes it rain together stays together.
I think that's how it goes,
I think so. But don't forget, Cardi isn't only a rap star, she's also on mommy duty with her and Offset's 7-month-old baby girl, Culture. And it seems like Culture is already a mama's girl. Take a look at this.
Papa?
That's so cute.
That's so adorable. And Cardi threw a little shade at Offset in the video's caption, writing, "This is what happens when you throw in my face that she said Papa first. Now she can't stop saying Mama." Very cute. All right, now watch this. Okay, this is ridiculous, right? Kanye West is definitely not subtle when it comes to expressing his love. Kim Kardashian West shared this video of saxophone sensation Kenny G playing beautiful music for her in her living room, surrounded by well over a dozen roses. There's a lot of roses there. Kim summed up the romantic Valentine's gesture, tweeting, Best husband award goes to mine. Most thoughtful gifts ever." She also wrote, "No big deal, Kenny G in my living room. Happy Valentine's Day." Yeah, thanks for rubbing it in, Kim. Now, Kenny G is a world-renowned jazz superstar. This was pretty big. Now, Kanye has everyone beat with this one, but we aren't surprised. This is the same guy who rented out an entire baseball stadium and hired a whole orchestra to propose to Kim back in 2013. Remember that?
Yeah.
He's all about go big or go home. I'm a little jealous about the Kenny G thing, but whatever, not fair. All right, Miley Cyrus had a special Valentine's Day gift for her fans as she shared never-before-seen pictures from her low-key December wedding with Liam Hemsworth. In one of the captions, she thanks her new husband for, quote, always bending down to hug me. In another, she calls him her Valentine every single day. But that's not all. Miley also shared 3 solo pictures of herself from the wedding. She looks stunning. She wore a glamorous off-the-shoulder Vivienne Westwood wedding gown for the big day. The wedding was an intimate, secret ceremony held at Cyrus's home in Franklin, Tennessee, 2 days before Christmas. Now, earlier this week, a source told People that Hemsworth was briefly hospitalized for kidney stones last weekend, but he was now at home resting and will be fine. Love that Miley has been there with him through all of this. Get better soon, Liam. Now, one of our favorite parts of award season is being totally wowed by Hollywood's biggest stars on the red carpet. And this week, People is celebrating all of those fashionable looks with a special red carpet edition of People Style. The cover features the queen of fashion herself, Lady Gaga, who has been dazzling at every awards show this season as she celebrates honors for her breakout role in A Star is Born. The special edition features People's picks for the 10 most stylish stars, including trailblazing beauty Lupita Nyong'o, elegant icon Nicole Kidman, and avant-garde A-lister Tracee Ellis Ross. And of course, we didn't forget about the guys. You've got trendsetter Timothée Chalamet, eccentric Jeff Goldblum, and gentleman Henry Golding. He's a gentleman, right? Just a few of the men recognized in the magazine for their fashionable digs. Plus, Meghan Markle's style evolution from red carpet to royalty is also featured. We can't get enough of her style. All that and more in People's Styled 2019 Red Carpet Special Edition. It's on newsstands right now. And finally, in case you missed it, Jennifer Aniston celebrated her 50th birthday with her exes.
Yeah, we've got the inside scoop on J-Law's surprise engagement.
And the new love in Ricki Lake's life. It's all in this week's Star Tracks Roundup. We are taking you inside Jennifer Aniston's 50th birthday party.
This party had such an epic guest list. It had Brad Pitt, her ex-husband.
Not only did Jennifer Aniston invite Brad Pitt to her birthday party, but he actually showed up.
Brad and Jen were married from 2000 to 2005.
Insiders say the two of them have been over one another for a long time, actually longer than they were ever together. They have a really civil relationship, and he sent her a birthday gift before showing up to the event.
They didn't hang together for long.
Jen was a busy party girl. She had to say hello to all her guests.
Guests that included another ex. John Mayer popped into the party as well.
It was a room full of exes. John Mayer's ex, Katy Perry, was in the room. Courtney Cox was there with David Arquette. But there was also a lot of old friends.
Friends like Kate Hudson, Gwyneth Paltrow, Georgina Amal, even Reese Witherspoon all partied with Jen.
She was surrounded by loved ones.
Except for maybe one.
Fans hoping to see Jen's most recent ex, Justin Theroux, at the party were a little disappointed he didn't make the event, but he did send her some sweet love on Instagram.
And from one Jen to another, we're taking you inside J-Law's surprise engagement.
Jennifer Lawrence said yes to New York City art gallery director Cook Maroney. The two have been dating since May 2018, and they have a pretty good meet-cute. She was just in his art gallery perusing his art, and he stopped over and asked her out, just like that.
It wasn't long until things got serious.
After only a few weeks together, Jennifer was already telling all of her family and friends about him. The two were spotted out on date night after date night in New York City, and then they even traveled together to Rome and to Paris.
Things that normal couples do.
And she's not necessarily looking to constantly be hitting every red carpet and wearing a sparkly gown every other night. Cook allows her to do that, and they clearly are having a great time together.
Such a whirlwind romance.
This relationship is certainly different from the high-profile relationships she's had in the past.
From past to present, Ricki Lake has found love again after heartbreak.
The talk show giant has revealed that she's dating One Golden Thread founder, Jeff Skult, and she's really, really happy. She even posted a sweet picture of the two on Instagram, captioning it, "This is what happiness looks like."
Her new love comes 2 years after the sudden death of her ex-husband.
Ricki and her ex maintained a loving relationship up until he died by suicide in 2016.
Ricki has said in the past that she feels like lightning would never strike twice again when it comes to love. But she feels with Jeff that she's finally found it, and she's so excited about this new adventure.
Cheers to that.
All right, guys, stay with us. We'll be joined live by country superstar Trisha Yearwood. She's got a brand new project that may surprise you. We're going to hear all about that. Plus, we are breaking down all the premieres, finales, and Housewives drama you may have missed this week, and there was a lot of it. That is all coming up.
All right, in honor of Katy Perry and Orlando Bloom's engagement and Katy's unique ring, we've been asking what your favorite engagement ring shape is in our People poll, so let's check in on the results. I'm curious. I don't really get into the shapes. And
Princess, I'm not surprised.
I don't know what the princess one is.
It's kind of like, I don't know for sure. Kind of like a diamond. It's like a square. It's like a square thing.
Okay,
Square heart
I'm
edges.
learning things, but I've also been someone that's never been into ring shapes.
There you go. So you'd be happy no matter what.
I would. I know, honestly, anything, I'd be happy.
You guys keep voting for your favorite engagement ring shape in our People poll. Now we move on to this.
Hello, breaker-uppers. You want to be single by March? Consider it done.
I've had it I've had it past here, I've had it up to here.
Just because we got gay marriage doesn't mean we need to follow through, you know? I didn't vote for it.
Will you support this marriage?
We will. We will not! You weren't gay 8 months ago, Russell.
So good. That's a clip from the new Netflix film, The Breaker-Uppers, which is out now. Now, if you haven't heard about this comedy team, you will soon.
Yeah, we had the two stars who also wrote and directed the whole thing, Madeline Sami and Jackie Van Beek. They stopped by the studio all the way from New Zealand, everybody, to discuss the movie, which revolves around a pair of professional relationship ruiners.
Hey, it's a long trip. Now, it turns out the duo is just as close in the film as they are in real life, and the characters definitely don't sweat the weird moments like walking in on some awkward sex or sharing their first kiss on camera. Here's what they had to say about that moment.
That was like one of my favorite scenes. I made sure she kept trying to cut it from the script.
Are you serious?
This is like a pivotal moment between friends.
I felt like it was just Jackie wanting to actually kiss Madeline.
Partially,
I let her do it.
But I mean, a pivotal moment in the film, a celebration of friendship.
So much fun here. And speaking of celebration, during one scene in the film, a night out partying kind of turns into this full-on drunken karaoke experience where there may be a little Celine Dion being belted out. Now here's the story. Believe it or not, after posting a video to Twitter trying to get Celine's attention, fellow Kiwi Russell Crowe retweeted the video. Before they knew it, they actually met up with Celine Dion in Australia. They relived that whole moment with us.
She was so.
I was quite overwhelmed.
Madeline was really like, she was having to do deep breathing. Where I was like, this is great.
I thought I might pass out.
My first impression was she was so small and golden and glittery, like her skin and her clothes. She just like shone like this crazy little kooky angel who was quiet. So I was just, it was like we had our photos done.
Yeah, we had our photos done. And then we were told that we weren't going to have much time with her, but she chatted with us for quite a while.
She did.
She even suggested that the next film we had, that she might like a cameo in it.
Yeah.
Such a cool story. I mean, I think they should try to get Celine Dion and Russell Crowe in the next film, right?
Absolutely.
It could happen.
Yeah.
All right, one other moment from the film that couldn't be ignored was when a breakup mission went wrong. The pair suddenly had to assume the role of exotic dancers. So it turns out Madeline has some tips for shooting a scene like that.
Don't schedule that scene after lunch. That's what I say to all producers out there. Don't schedule a strip scene after lunch, because I felt like so bloated. I think it was like stew, like beef stew that day.
See, I felt great, but because my character was meant to be a little bit more repressed, I was ripping off clothes, and one of our producers, Ainsley Gardner, was yelling out from the other room, "Don't take your clothes off! Put it on, keep it on!
Stop looking like you're having fun!
You're not having fun, Jackie!"
Right, you were embracing it a little too much.
Yeah, I was loving it. So
she was letting Jackie come through, and Jackie goes a bit wild when music comes on. You know what I mean?
I love music as well. I flip out.
They are so funny, and we loved having them
I would
in.
love being there for filming.
I know, right? The Breaker-Uppers is out on Netflix now. You can be sure to check that out. All right, at People Now, we love celeb parents who aren't afraid to get real about everything, and we're featuring them all this month in what we're calling Family Fridays.
So this week we focus on celebs who are making the most out of grandparenthood. It's all brought to you by Milk. Love what's real.
First up, guys, we all know Lorna Luft as the daughter of Hollywood legend Judy Garland and the younger sister of Liza Minnelli. Of course, she's a famous performer herself.
Yeah, but Lorna's best role to date, it's definitely as Gigi to her 3 grandkids. She's got her hands very full with a 4-year-old and a pair of 2-year-olds.
Yeah, Luft says the kids are starting to understand that their great-grandmother Judy Garland was kind of a big deal, it turns out.
They heard her voice on the radio. Over the rainbow. My 4-year-old looked at me and said, "Gigi," which they call me. And I said, "Yeah." She said, "That's Triple G." And I said, "It is." So they're beginning to know.
They recognize.
They're beginning to know their legacy.
Hard to imagine that's your relative, right?
Yeah, that's
Judy
so
Garland.
crazy. It's awesome. All right, moving on to this man. Michael Bolton has been performing for half a century. His voice is still going strong. The two-time Grammy winner isn't slowing down. In fact, he's got a slew of upcoming tour dates.
On top of all of his success, Bolton has 6 grandkids, guys, ages 8, 7, 5, 4, 3, and 2. Naturally, he can't get enough of them.
That's
Quite
a lot.
handful.
But Michael has been banned from one major grandparenting task for the most awesome reason. Take a look.
They call me G-Pa, and the one rule that my daughters keep is I'm not going to be putting them to sleep, because 10 minutes after they think the kids have gone to sleep and I'm reading to them, they're running around the room and I'm scaring them, chasing them around the room. It's such a great source of joy, just looking in their eyes, and they're so full of life and questions.
Love Michael Bolton. All right, moving on to this. Finally, Marie Osmond hails from one of the most famous show business families ever.
Now, out of her 4 grandkids, there's one who is showing some interest in the family business. Check this out.
You posted this video of your grandson, Steven, at his Christmas concert. Super.
Isn't he so cute?
The dance moves. I mean, is he following in the footsteps?
He's got the moves, he's got the voice, the pitch, but he is, you know, his parents are kumbayas. I call them kumada. But they're both like brilliant.
Yeah.
My son is brilliant. And their children are like overly smart. And so it's going to be really fun to see what they become. Now, he's like massive. He's reading at 5. He's crazy.
He just needs like a connection into the business somehow. He needs to find someone to open that first door.
If only he had someone that could help him out a little bit.
It makes sense, right? All right, guys, we move on now. Take a look at this.
I'll be seeing you.
That's a clip of Trisha Yearwood singing I'll Be Seeing You off her new album, Let's Be Frank. It's a Frank Sinatra tribute album that features 11 standards, all which were previously recorded by Sinatra. And Trisha is here with us now to talk about the album that dropped today. Hello, Trisha.
Hello.
Hi.
Congrats on this.
Yeah.
This is so cool.
Thank
And it's
you.
great to see you here to talk about it. 2015, let's back up a bit. You kind of wowed the audience with the song at the Recording Academy's All-Star Tribute to Frank Sinatra. So when did you decide, though, okay, that went well, now let's do this full album of standards? That's a big jump, right?
Well, I actually have wanted to do a standards record for 20 years. I mean, this is something I've done some of these songs in my live show over the years. And so it's been in my mind for a long time. And the Sinatra event was the thing that was the catalyst of like, okay, let's do this. And Don was the musical director for that night, and he and I made the plan. And we were both, I was on tour with Garth, he was making a record. So the stars aligned last summer and we finally got it done.
I think I know the answer to this. Is this a departure from country forever? Is that it?
No.
No? Okay, I thought it was gonna be, it's over, guys. It's all Sinatra tunes from here on out.
I'll tell you a little secret. The country record's almost finished.
Okay.
Okay.
That'll be out in the fall.
Yeah,
Okay.
now Let's Be Frank has 12 tracks, 11 standards, and then one you wrote with your husband, Garth. Do you have a favorite on the album? I know it's kind of probably choosing between your babies, you know?
Well, it is tough. I mean, I love all these songs. Last night was the first time that I actually performed a lot of these songs live, and one for my baby, one for the road. He's so classic Frank, and it's like you're just sitting telling your troubles to a bartender. It's just a great story. So
Yeah.
It's probably one of my sentimental favorites.
Well, so back to some other music. You wrote for the last time with Garth Brooks, your husband. You told Rolling Stone that the title came before the song, right?
Yeah, so Garth is in several Songwriter Hall of Fames.
Right.
I'm not.
He's done some things. It's fine. Okay.
I write cookbooks, so I can tell a story, but it's not. I don't rhyme as much.
Everybody's got their strength.
Yeah, my cookbooks don't rhyme. But so I came in with this title. I said, I don't know. I just had this for the first time. I'm in love for the last time. I feel like it's us. But you're the songwriter, write the song. And he said, no, we'll write this song. And he started with this melody that sounded like throwback. And we wrote this song months before the Frank project. So it didn't really have a home at the time when it was done. And then he suggested I play it for Don Was. And I was nervous. I didn't want to say, these guys who wrote these classic, the Great American Songbook, they were good, but let me show you a thing or two. No. But they loved it and they wanted to include it.
How does it reflect your relationship? What does it make you feel and think?
You know, what it talks about is kind of forgiving yourself for all the mistakes you made in the past and kind of understanding why nothing worked out, because this is where I was supposed to be.
I like that.
That's us. That's our story.
Yeah, now you performed last night in New York, right? At the Rainbow Room. How is that, like performing first full-length album since 2007?
I can't even. I mean, I have a Rainbow Room hangover this morning.
Oh, really?
Not an alcohol hangover. It was, well, maybe.
Yeah, your people back here are laughing as soon as you said that, so
Well,
truth is out.
I actually did. I really don't drink very much. I got nervous, and so the first thing I did was drink Jack Daniels, which is what we drank.
Oh, wow.
And then I had a great time. I think it was a good show. I don't really remember. But no, it was to be in that room, that iconic room, and an intimate setting and playing these songs live for the first time. I mean, it was like I really felt like I was a little girl, and all my dreams were coming true in one moment last night. It was amazing.
That's really amazing. Yeah, it's such a great venue and so iconic. Valentine's Day, was that how you celebrated? Did Garth do anything?
It is how I celebrate. He sent me flowers.
Did he?
Yeah.
Because he's not here.
He's not, and you know, he is. I'm that girl. I was never this girl who was sappy and said every day's Valentine's Day with him, but it totally is. So
he's told me more than once that the most romantic thing that you would say he does for you is make you coffee every morning.
He does. I mean, he's so much more thoughtful than me. He's so much more romantic than me. He's really amazing.
What
so
a simple little gesture.
Do you have to try to up your game and be romantic back? Or?
I do. You know, I was thinking about this actually because he's just so good, and I always feel like I fall short because he's so good, and I feel like I just need to say, you know what? I'm never going to be that. Like, I love you so much, but I'm never going to be as thoughtful as you, so we're just going to have to deal with it.
It's all love languages, you know? Different love languages, it's fine.
Yeah.
I'm your stepmom to Garth's beautiful 3 daughters. Now, they're in their 20s now, but I imagine at the time that they were in their teens. That must have been like a hard time. 3 teenage girls. What was that time like for you?
You know, when we married 13 years ago, they were still little girls, and they had to approve of me. They had to say, it's okay for you to marry this woman. And so we all got married. We exchanged rings. They wore little wedding dresses. And they were preteens. And I'm bonus mom. Stepmom sounds very Cinderella to me. So we call myself a bonus mom.
Bonus mom, that's great.
I have an extra mom. And, you know, I was a teenage girl. So I think sometimes Garth would be like, you know, he's the only guy. Even the dogs were female. He's like, I have to go, like, get on a tractor and like push a tree down. Like, you're gonna take this.
Yeah.
You know, because he's like, why are they crying? I'm like, sometimes, honey, we just don't know.
That's like my dad, a whole family of girls. You're like, oh my God.
Also, I feel like maybe a unique place for you to be able to be a friend and mentor to them. And you know what I mean? Like, you won't say some things to like, oh, my dad or my mom or whatever, but to have this bonus mom, to have that special relationship.
Yeah, it was like having a third parent. And Garth gave me good advice in the beginning. He's like, they have a mom. Don't try to be their mom, and also don't try to be their best friend. You'll find your way. And I think I did with each of them. And they're just lovely young women, and it's, you know, now we're all friends. Those teenage years, yeah.
Good for you. It sounds like you guys were really, really wise about the whole thing, and now here we are on the other end of it.
Well, when you look back, you're wise. You never know in the moment.
You never know in the moment. I don't know what I'm doing.
Switch gears a bit. Let's talk about that cooking show on Food Network, Trisha's Southern Kitchen. The Instagram feed has me craving holiday recipes again. I want to know, looking ahead to spring though, what do you have in store? What do you love to whip up in the springtime?
I love cold stuff in the spring. So I love a big fresh salad in the spring.
Like a crisp salad.
Yeah, I'm looking at something.
That pie, looks so good.
That's a crostini, and that's really nice because it can be. Rustic is the word for if you're not really great at making things look picture perfect. You say rustic.
It's an intentionally rustic.
Or old world is another good term to use.
Some old world food here displayed. So speaking of the Southern cooking, we know that one huge fan of your recipes and you is BB Rexa. We were at the CMA Awards, this last one, and BB came over to talk to us and was going crazy. She had just met you. You walked over. There was this weird interaction, not weird, cute and adorable interaction, because she was so starstruck and wanted to come over and cook chicken with you and get your chicken recipe. And I just wanted to follow up and see if it's happened. Here you guys are together. She could barely keep herself composed.
Well, we're working on it actually. Because we're working on episode ideas for the next season that we're going to start shooting in a few weeks. And she's on the list. So we're going to see if she can, if we can make our schedules happen, you know, and because I think she'd be so much fun in the kitchen. I think we'd have a great time.
The two of you together,
I think it would be really fun.
We've actually been talking about BB a lot because she's been in the media. She called out designers for not wanting to dress her,
Saw
saying
that,
she's too big.
loved it.
Yeah, I know. So what's your take on that?
She's gorgeous, you know, and I'm always, I mean, I'm not a little girl, so I'm always looking at these girls who people say, well, they're, you know, I love my curves. I'm like, you're thin. Like, you need to just shut up. But I mean, look at her. I mean, I just think that we should be so beyond that. Anyone would be lucky to dress that woman. Right?
Yeah.
And she owned it. I mean, what's wonderful is probably everyone will want to dress her next year, and she should have whoever put that dress on her, you know, like dance with the one that brung you, because they were nice to her, and she'll, you know, I remember a story from Garth when he started out in the music business, and you don't have any money, and you can't afford a really nice guitar, and you don't have a hit yet, and no one will give you anything, and everybody gives you everything once you can buy it yourself, you know. And Takamine Guitars gave him a guitar. And then he had all this success, and then all of these companies came and said, we'd love to give you your guitar. And he was like, I'm good. And he's played Takamine guitars since day one.
I like that.
And
Stay with the one that brought you, is that what you said?
yeah,
Is that-
stay with the one that brought you.
Yeah, I love that.
Let's switch gears to this, hosting Trisha's tailgate parties along the stadium tour.
Yeah,
for
so
Garth.
Garth's doing the stadium tour, and I asked to not be on the ticket because I have 2 albums coming out this year and a lot of stuff going on, but I will probably pop in occasionally on the show. But we're going to do this great big tailgate, so it's kind of like a mini food festival that we're just going to set the tent down in the parking lot, because everybody tailgates for these shows.
Of course, yeah.
Come see us. There's going to be games and food and a DJ and...
Yeah, we're seeing Notre Dame.
Yeah, that was Notre Dame. That was our first one.
I think that'd be so fun to
There's
come
even a Trisha
party
mascot.
and tailgate with you.
There's a mascot?
There is, because in every city, like we have the leprechaun in Notre Dame, but I have a Trisha mascot.
What, are they dressed as you?
Yes.
And you've met it? Have you met the mascot?
I have. I wish we had a picture. We'll send you a picture.
Well, yeah, please do.
We
We'll look
will.
for it.
Like the big blonde head. I mean,
That's amazing.
it's an official mascot.
Should we play this game?
amazing.
Before we leave,
Yes.
a little game based off the title of your new album. We're going to ask you a few fun questions, and you have to be frank with us. You get it?
Yeah, Siva,
Here we go.
there?
You want to start?
All right, what's one pet peeve you have about Garth?
He's perfect.
No.
It really bothers me.
That actually, that's legit.
That's a good one. Settle the big debate. Do you wash your chicken before you fry or cook
I
it?
do not.
Nope.
Okay.
Pat it dry.
All right.
All right, what cocktail gives you the worst hangover?
Happening right now. Whiskey.
No, wine.
Really?
Whiskey's fine.
Like the headache.
Ah.
What's your most embarrassing grade school memory? Wow, that's a tough one.
Or any childhood memory.
Well, it was no. I fell on the swing set and I skinned my knee. My mom was a 3rd grade teacher and I was just such a wimp. And so instead of like just being a big girl and letting the school nurse, whatever, I ran to the 3rd grade class, burst in the door. Mom was teaching class.
Everyone's there.
Yeah, and I'm like, Mom, and it's like, it was fun.
All right, last one. Is it ever okay to use the 3 or 5 second rule when you drop food?
Yes.
Yeah, right?
Not like in a restroom, not like in a
I hope there's
hotel
not
room.
food in the restroom.
Maybe just like at home.
Yeah, at home is fine.
At home in your
Some
kitchen.
homes, no.
In your home, in your
In
kitchen,
my kitchen,
fine.
it's fine.
Of course. All right, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
This
That
was
was
great. You guys, everyone, make sure to take a listen to Trisha's new album, Let's Be Frank. It's out now. All right, watch.
Is this one last charge for victory? Charging in, and oh my God! She doesn't get it. She's going for it again.
That is NBC's newest physical competition series, The Titan Games, which is executive produced and hosted by none other than Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Looks so intense. We recently had contestant Shannon Decker stop by. She says the show is The Rock's baby. She also gave us a scoop on those super intense competitions and what The Rock is really like.
This was truly a passion project for him. Like, he really designed those crazy challenges. He was there every night hosting. He would come in and chat with us, and he's just everything that he portrays himself to be. He really is that cool, that funny, that personable.
You know, we're always wondering if there's some dirt on The Rock, and there really isn't. He can do no wrong.
He can do no wrong. And what I love about the show is that it stars everyday people and allows them to not only test the physical strength, but it also lets them tell their personal stories of triumph. Shannon's story is really powerful.
Yeah, Shannon had a really tough upbringing where her parents weren't really there for her. Now, early in life, she found her only solace was with her brother, Colin.
I grew up with a single mom and kind of like a derelict father, and I had a brother who was 2 years older than me, and my mom was just really not capable, and my dad not capable of being parents. So my mom was on welfare, and we kind of just grew up you know, very, very poor, and I was super into sports and my brother. So anything my older brother did, I wanted to do, and we kind of got what our parents didn't give us from each other.
So Shannon said that despite being younger, she actually mothered him and he pushed her academically. They were always each other's better half until one day Colin was involved in a terrible accident.
Because of our childhood, he ran away and I got emancipated. So I wanted to stay and play sports. Fast forward, he was about 25 and he was living up in Yosemite. So on his day off, he was across the lake bouldering. So not rock climbing, but kind of free form bouldering. And he ended up slipping and falling 150 feet.
After the accident, Shannon made it her responsibility to care for her brother around the clock for the next 5 years before he suffered a seizure that ended his life.
Although it took some time, Shannon was eventually able to climb out of the darkness she was feeling. She found that strength in the gym, which launched her career as a fitness model and celebrity trainer. She says now she is flourishing and it is all fitness-based.
My finances were struggling, my relationships were struggling, and it felt like that was the only thing that I had control over. So when I was at the lowest of the low, it's what brought me now, climbed my way out, and now I'm like flourishing and it's all fitness based. So it's kind of like sometimes your darkest moments can lead you out into like the light.
Shannon did move on from that darkness. Aside from being on the Titan Games this season, she finds empowerment in promoting fitness for sanity, not vanity. That's her kind of statement.
Yeah, and her motto is, don't let your negative life circumstances define you. Such a positive soul. So of course, we had to ask her if she has any tips for people dealing with grief.
If you can find the courage to share your own story, there's going to be somebody out there that you affect and somebody out there that relates to you and that you can kind of find solace in each other's stories. So I say share your story. I've kept mine in for so long. And I think the second I started being comfortable with sharing it, it became a little bit easier to talk about the grief. And then my number 2 advice is like, the physicality helps me. So one of my favorite memes is like, upset, go to the gym. Happy, go to the gym. Sad, go to the gym. Excited, go to the gym. I feel like staying physical helps me on a mental level so much. And that goes back to my 3rd piece of advice is you're not gonna be okay every day. I'll probably later tonight cry for no reason over my brother. And it's like, it's okay to be sad sometimes, and it's okay to like laugh, cry at memories and funny memories or sad memories, and to celebrate who that person was and what kind of effect they had on your life. So kind of like take the good days with the bad and just like keep it moving, you know?
I had such a good time talking to her. She's such a genuine person. I love her message saying it's okay to not always be perfect, especially dealing with grief.
Yeah, she's gone through so much. Glad to see that she's doing well now. Guys, everyone should go check out Shannon Decker on the Titan Games. It's airing on NBC.
If I did something wrong, that doesn't mean you wouldn't love me. I am not going to say, yes, I did something if I didn't do it. I didn't come here to fight. You came here to tell me I am a liar.
You're not a friend.
To be honest.
She would never say that about you.
Maybe you care more about your image than your friendships.
You are not her friend.
Yes, I am.
Goodbye, Kyle.
Get the out of my house. I swear to you, I'm done with it.
There are tears, there's yelling, there's dramatic music. This week's Real Housewives of Beverly Hills premiere was packed with drama. We're breaking down everything you need to know about that, plus some highlights from the Real Housewives of New Jersey finale. And guys, on top of that, the episode of Real Housewives of Atlanta that aired this week. We have got you covered on all of it.
And here to dish on everything from the chic to the bleak, our People's Housewives experts, news reporter Dave Quinn, and joining us from LA, PeopleTV producer Sam Belikov. Hey guys.
Thanks for being here, guys.
Oh my God, I am living for that.
Yeah, you know, you got so excited.
I've seen it already 100 times, but I'm still sitting here.
Yeah, let's talk about that clip. How did you feel seeing the clip from Beverly Hills, and then you know, kind of just the flashback to 2 months earlier?
Well, I have to say the way they've structured this season is out of control good. You know, everybody in the press have been talking about this breakup of this friendship between Lisa Vanderpump and Kyle Richards, and to begin the season right off the bat with that fight, that's what we wanted to see. And guys, that's actually the last time the two have spoken.
Really?
At all. They have not spoken since.
Wow. Sam, what'd you make of it?
Yeah, I love that the Real Housewives is giving us, you know, Titanic, The Notebook, Saving Private Ryan, you know, starting early and then going forward, be like, how did we get here? That's not something the Housewives often does, and I think that it's a real sign that it's going to be a hot one, and I think that a lot of the buzz around this season is that it's going to be the best one in a long time, which I'm excited for because Beverly Hills, when it's good, is great, and it's, you know, one of the best ones.
Another major theme of the episode was Puppygate.
Yeah, boy.
Take a look.
Bring her here. Oh, baby.
That's her?
Yeah, yeah. You don't recognize this one?
Stop. Is that a... What?
What?
No.
Okay.
What?
Nothing. Nothing.
What does that mean?
Anyway.
Puppies. Something strange here. Why is everyone staring at me talking about this dog?
All right, so what'd you make of how everything between Teddy, Lisa, and Kyle played out there?
Well, this is the big theme of the season, right? Is this friendship breakup between Lisa Vanderpump and everyone else. The way that Puppygate stuff is structured is fascinating. It seems as though Lisa Vanderpump wants her employees perhaps to tell the story on camera, but she's pretending like she's innocent.
It's interesting, right?
That's kind of what I got from watching it just as a viewer. It's going to be fascinating.
Sam, what do we know about Puppygate and what actually went down? Kind of like break it down for us.
Yeah. Well, I think a lot of Puppygate and what we know is actually going to evolve over the season, episode to episode. The trailer says, like, you don't understand the headlines. But basically, from the premiere, what happened was Dorit, basically, who's very close with Lisa, got a dog from Lisa's Vanderpump Dogs, and the dog, like, I think bit her husband or bit a child, and basically the dog wasn't working out for the family. She gave it, presumably, to another home. That home then gave it to a shelter. And then Lisa is now saying that she doesn't want this brought up, but as Dave said, in this clip, there's clearly a moment, and Teddy wrote about this in her blog, where Lisa and her employee are picking up the dog. If she didn't want it to happen, Teddy says, and I kind of agree with her, she could have stopped it before it all started.
And it's interesting too, guys, because...
And
oh, sorry, go.
Oh, no, I was just going to say, I have like a minor bombshell, and it's not a bombshell at all. My very good friend is the aunt to the dog that this is all about. She has she is the dog mom to the sister of the dog that this is all about. She got
very minor bombshell, but a connection nonetheless.
Yeah.
Exclusive sources, the sourcing that we have here.
Friend of a friend knows the dog. Got it.
It's just hard because Dorit is kind of handing this dog off to this family, saying this dog is too vicious to be with my family, but it's a beautiful, loving dog, and we want. There's a lot of talking out of everyone's sides of their mouths here. It's gonna be fascinating to see.
Do we think that Puppygate's gonna come up again this season?
Yes.
It's gonna be like the whole season.
All season long. This is Pantygate all over again. Which means nothing to you, but everything.
No, it does. We talked about Pantygate with this cast when they've been in here. Sam, what do you think? Puppygate, does it last throughout the entire season?
Absolutely. I think Dave hit it on the head. I think all housewives sort of have a trope of continuing things, but Beverly Hills, every season, Pantygate, there was a season that somebody said Munchausen, they just like to really string it out. The difference is, I think that we're going to be surprised by this, and there's going to be levels to Puppygate in a way that there hasn't been other seasons.
All right, Sam, talk to the aunt of that dog's owner and see if they have the inside scoop. But in the meantime, we'll move to this. Denise Richards also makes her big debut as a Real Housewife on this episode. How do you think she's going to do? I mean, does she have what it takes here to kind of keep up with the rest? I know when people talk to her, she was ready to kind of put it all out there.
Yeah, I mean, listen, this is Denise Richards. This is Wild Things, right? We're used to her on screen causing a lot of spice, and she promises in her tagline that her real life is way more exciting than the tabloids even say. So I think there's going to be a lot of cool things.
Juicy.
In the first episode alone, you guys saw, right? She had some cool moments talking about Charlie Sheen. I think we're gonna learn a lot. And we know that she got married in the course of the season.
Yeah.
So there's a lot to unpack with her.
Yeah, now before we go on to discussing New Jersey, we have to talk about Lisa Rinna and her daughter's doing goat yoga. So Sam, you're the LA guy here. Is this a thing in LA, goat yoga?
I think it's a thing. I think it might be a little bit of a thing in New York too. It's definitely more of like a Beverly Hills thing. It's going to continue. I think this is going to be one of those things that we now see a lot more because it's so fun. But I don't think it's a thing that like I'm going to be doing on Sunday. I think that Rinna, I think that Rinna is an icon. I think her tagline, Rinna takes, in life, Rinna takes all, is just amazing. And I think that there's truly nothing I want to see more than this, especially amidst all the drama, a little moment of levity.
What about that footage doesn't look perfectly relaxing? Those goat hooves just clocking you over the head.
We actually sent a reporter. We did we tried it, so you can check it out on People.
We'll check that out. Let's move to this. Beverly Hills had a premiere while New Jersey had their finale this week. Let's take a look at one explosive moment that pushed us all over the edge of excitement here. Watch.
You go home tonight, she's gonna bitch slap you.
What the heck's happening?
You emasculate him every... Hold on a second.
What just happened?
That's not good.
Holy sh**. You say about my wife, you're done. You're done.
Margaret, no. Oh my God.
That's my point. She's an emasculated mother...
I think you're the one emasculated now, shithead. Your husband's in the pool.
What?
Who threw my husband in the pool? Me and my husband.
Best thing ever. Your husband's in the pool. That's where he is. This was 5 minutes, by the way, before the end of the episode. What a way to end, right?
This is the moment that we saw Margaret Josephs, a second season housewife, go from just a housewife number 2 in season 2 to a queen. Like, she is now an icon. That moment, that's her crowning moment. Husband's in the pool. Like, it's no big deal.
Should we move on to Atlanta?
Yeah, moving on to Atlanta. They were finishing up their trip Far East in Tokyo. We're deep in the middle of a season that has seen Kandi and Portia go at it a lot. So this next moment was pretty surprising. Watch this.
I feel pretty shitty about some of the things I said about Dennis. Especially listening to what you're saying about your relationship. Obviously, those are some of the great things that I had in my relationship. As far as like everybody has some to say about him in the beginning. But obviously Todd turned out to be amazing for me.
Yeah.
So it's like no matter what happened before he got to me.
It don't matter.
It don't matter.
It don't
when he got
matter.
with me.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
And he for you.
Right.
And you grew with him.
So with that, I apologize for all that I said.
Thank you.
For real.
Thank you, Kandi. I appreciate it.
I mean, such extremes with these housewives clips, you never know. Sam, did you see this moment coming? What are your thoughts on it?
So as sort of an insider, I did see it coming a bit because I felt like if it was an explosive fight, which the commercial leading up to it would lead you to believe, we would have seen it in the trailer or something like that. That being said, like, I didn't really see Kandi apologizing in this way. She's one of these unflappable housewives that when she does show emotion, it's so touching, and their fissure has been years deep. They kind of got on the right track this year and then got off of it, and it's so nice to see these two come together because they really used to be friends, and that's what's good about Atlanta is that they really do have a deep bond with each other despite it all, you know?
Yeah,
And
very
it's nice to
emotional
see.
there. Quickly before we wrap up here, they also released this mid-season tease.
Yes.
Which kind of crazy, kind of bonkers,
Yeah.
particularly the ending of it. Sum it up for us, what we got there.
Fans have been begging for the old Nene to come back to the show, to have that sort of Nene who was ready to fight, and that's what we got. The old Nene in the old Nene wig at all. Yelling, arguing, screaming at, looks like her good friend Marlo arguing with, her pal here, and that's what we look for, right? We want the drama.
You're right,
So
and there's
it's gonna be
always a
fun.
lot of, there's so much
Never
buzz
a
around
dull
Nene.
moment. All right, Dave and Sam, thank you so much. Everyone at home, make sure to follow along with us. Watch The Real Housewives of Atlanta Sunday at 8, Beverly Hills Tuesday at 9, and New Jersey Wednesday at 9, all on Bravo.
You got a lot to watch, everybody.
Yeah, you do.
Get going. Coming up next week, Kelsey Grammer is here talking about his new show and the possibility of a Frasier reboot. We are here for that if it happens.
Plus, Lori Loughlin is stopping by to talk about her series, When Calls the Heart, and spilling some details on John Stamos' parenting skills. You don't want to miss it. All right, thanks for watching. Have a wonderful weekend.
Bye, guys.